the course of 4 days, more than 500,000 gallons of raw sewage have been spilling into the Oleta River in North Miami.
Now, the cause is a broken underwater pipe. Crews have been working on a temporary fix that's scheduled to be completed tomorrow. But that will likely be pushed back because of weather conditions which have been impacting progress. Joining us now is Rachel Silverstein. She's the executive director of Miami Waterkeeper. That's a clean water advocacy group. They've been on the front lines for many water issues in South Florida, including campaigns to end sewage leak. Rachel, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
For being here. I know it's been an ongoing issue with Miami-Dade County and the sewage system. In your opinion, was this leak avoidable?
Well, Elliot, all spills really are avoidable. And in this case, the leak was spotted by a kayaker who was passing by and reported it, which really highlights the importance of citizens being aware of their waterways. We have a program that actually trains citizens to spot pollution and report it, called 1,000 Eyes on the Water. And in lieu of more inspections from the county and the scope of the system, it's really important for us all to be aware and to be a community that's taking care of the waterways.
So put this in perspective for us. What is the long-term damage from a leak like this?
So thankfully, with sewage spills, it's not as long-lasting as something like a chemical spill or an oil spill that could take decades to break down and go away. But because the bay is at a tipping point for pollution, it really can't absorb any more pollution. So spills like this can actually end up having a long-term effect and causing something we call algae blooms, which is a bloom of green microscopic plants in the water that smells bad, it looks bad, it can kill fish, it can harm humans, and it's something we really want to prevent because once it gets established, it can have cascading effects.
Do you think most folks in Miami-Dade County understand the condition of the sewage system that is now in use for a city that has changed so much over the years?
It's something that we at Miami Waterkeeper work really hard to educate the public about. We've had litigation in the past about this issue, and the county is now under an agreement, under a ruling with the EPA to upgrade the infrastructure and also to put more money towards maintenance rather than just building new infrastructure where it's not maintained. So by doing that, hopefully we'll be seeing less of these spills in the future, but unfortunately they're still happening even years after that ruling.
Well, I think we have video. A couple of years ago, there was a spill that was happening for a year near Fisher Island, Key Biscayne. And why did it take a year to fix that problem?
Yeah, so in that case, that was a leak in the outfall that takes the partially treated waste offshore and disposes of it in the ocean. It's supposed to be 3 miles offshore, but this leak was 3/4 of a mile from shore, right where people are swimming near Key Biscayne, near Fisher Island, and just 17 feet of water. And someone had reported that to the county, and then nothing had happened. It hadn't been inspected, it hadn't been fixed for over a year. Someone then, reported to us again that this leak was going on. We went out and found out that it was still happening. We also did a records request and found out that that pipe had not been inspected in over a decade.
Wow.
So again, coming back to the importance of inspection and maintenance of this system to prevent these kinds of spills is really important. We were able to take quick action. We filed a notice to sue over that leak, and alerted the public and the media about it. And within a few days, it was shut down.
And some of this infrastructure you were saying is 100 years old, right?
Yeah, so some of the infrastructure in Miami-Dade County is up to 100 years old, so they're starting to replace that. This leak that occurred, most of the pipe is from the 1960s. A piece of it was damaged and then repaired in 1996. They don't quite yet know which part of the pipe is leaking, but certainly that 1960s pipe is reaching the end of its useful life.
So Rachel, what's the answer here? I know that there's a $2 billion plan to fix the system. Is that the answer? Does more money need to be invested in this issue long term?
Certainly. This is a major infrastructure issue. We still have over 100,000 septic tanks in Miami-Dade County. With sea level rise, the infrastructure issues in the sewage system are going to get worse. The septic tanks are starting to fail already and need to be updated. Just fixing septic tanks and getting everyone on the sewer system is estimated to cost $3.3 billion. So we're looking at big price tag, big infrastructure projects, but things that we need to continue living in this community into the future, particularly with sea level rise projections.
Meantime, Biscayne Bay is bearing the brunt of this problem.
Absolutely. Us all as a community and our bay and our ocean.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Rachel Silverstein.